CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.
Performance, Brittany. Please join me over here. Amazing, amazing stuff. And that was such a beautiful performance. How did that feel?
Thank you so much. That felt different. Singing to a camera once again, like I've been doing for the past couple of months because of lockdown. But it was a pleasure performing for you all and for your viewers as well.
Yes, it was such a beautiful performance. Very calming, very amazing.
Thank you.
You know, I've always found opera so fascinating, but I never saw myself doing it. But I know for you, it was quite a different story because you were introduced to it and you were like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Please just take us through that moment when that love for opera music ignited in you and your journey from that moment.
So like we were speaking earlier, I told you that I was fascinated with the law of South Africa, and I wanted to do criminal law and an LLB, and I was set on going there, and I joined the choir. Actually, I was bullied into it by Miss Taylor, who is a teacher of mine, ex-teacher of mine at Rennie Schools High School, which I attended in Stellenbosch. And she bullied me into joining the choir. And there I met Sonia van Amstel, who started my whole journey. I'm so grateful, so grateful for her and the path that she's walked with me. And she asked me, have you never thought of singing anything classical? And I looked at her and I was like, what is this woman talking about? Like, no one sings like this.
Yeah.
And then she played me a couple of things and she asked me, would you like to accompany some of the choir girls and I to Artscape to go and see Cape Town Opera's Carmen? And I was like, sure, okay, why not? Let's dress up, let's go to theater, that type of thing. And I was a mere 16 turning 17 years old. What did I know about the classical music world?
Yeah.
And we went, and I remember seeing Violina Angelov. I just remember her as the Carmen of that time, and I was taken. I was taken by the costumes, I was taken by the lighting, the set, and most importantly, the singing.
Wow.
I asked her, I leaned over and I was like, Mrs. Van Am. She's like, yes. And I asked her, I was like, are they singing with mics? And she looked at me and she giggled and she said, absolutely not. And that magic that I felt sitting all the way back in the Z row, close to the lighting and sound box, and to hear these people singing on a stage, and everything is just traveling over what probably would have been a 50-piece orchestra. I don't know. At that time, I did not know. Was amazing, and I was hooked, and I was like, okay, teach me how.
For the rest of my life.
Teach me how, exactly. Yeah. And then I did 5 grades of music in the space of a year and a half, which is absolutely crazy. But I mean, you have to be some sort of crazy to be able to be a musician like this. And I did my grade 6 UNISA, went to go see Professor Virginia Davids to hear if I stood a chance. She's still my professor now at the moment. I love her to bits. And I mean, if it wasn't for her and Sonia who nurtured me throughout my journey, I don't know where I would have been. And she said, no, you've got everything in order. Just brush up on your theory, your music theory, and we'll see what happens at your audition. A year later, I go for my audition. I'm in a black little free-to-be-used skinny jeans and this washed-out pink jersey with a black top, thinking I look prim and proper, not compared to what I look like now. Yeah. And I'm standing there and I sing my first thing, and the 2 heads of the music school or the opera school at that time get up and walk out. And I'm like, okay, fine, it's okay. And I continue and I sing my other things for Virginia and Sidwell, may his soul rest in peace. And then they were like, thank you, we'll be in contact with you. And I remember walking to the car that day, it was still very cold, and I got, and I was like, Mommy, they didn't like me. I'm never gonna make it. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. This was the only thing I applied for, and I didn't get in for speech and audiology as well. So, and then I got my acceptance letter, and gosh, here I am a couple of years later.
You know, it's beautiful how your face lights up when you talk about opera and you just talk about music in general. But I know you were saying off camera that you were singing from like 4 years of age. But did you think that opera was the genre that you wanted to go for? No, not at all. I mean, I sang stuff by the Rockets that my day mommy, or what I call my Omi, she's no longer with us, used to play for me, and I would stand on the couch or on this little plastic suitcase thing that I'm sure everyone knows or had, and I used to stand on that. I used to entertain the family, and I was singing gospel music in church, and then some secular things of Brittany Spears and a little bit of Whitney Houston, and I tried my hands at different other genres, and then this just came naturally to me. And like I said, when I heard those people singing, and I tried every so often myself to pitch a note here and there, I was like, no, I am in for this. Yeah, and you're part of the Cape Town Opera program. Yes. Please tell us more about that program and how your journey being in the program has been. Sure. So I've been with Cape Town Opera since 2017, if I have to put, here and there. Matthew Wild, who was our previous artistic director and who I have great respect for, who has nurtured my talent and honed my acting skills on stage, approached me and asked, would you like to work for us as a young artist? So what happens is normally we get our degrees and then we apply for young artist programs to help us gain more experience on stage. And this is exactly what Cape Town Opera has done for me. We've had opportunities to work with world famous conductors and coaches and repetiteurs and language coaches. And I don't think I would be the performer I am today if it was not for the help of the Cape Town Opera staff. I need to name them by name. It's Marvin Canal, who's our chorus master, who played so beautifully for us. Yes. It is Matthew Wild, our former artistic director, and my
who I call Mama Beer, Lisa Kutzer, who's also helped steer me in the right direction, along with coaches such as Dr. Lisa Engelbrecht, my professor, Professor Virginia Davids, and conductor Jeremy Silver, whom I have made acquaintance with over the past couple of years. And I'm very, 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 very grateful to them for how they've shaped me into this artist that I am.
Yeah, and I mean, we were listening and watching your performance at the start of the show, which was very beautiful.
Thank you.
But is there somewhere else that we can catch you? Are you performing anytime soon?
Yes, of course. So this that I just performed now, called Deep River, which is a Hogan composition, is what you would call a Negro spiritual.
Okay.
We prefer to call it spiritual music. And this will be performed on the 15th of May at the Norval Foundation at 5 p.m. the afternoon, followed by dinner. You can book through Cape Town Opera on their website. There is a link that you can follow, and you can come and see the whole program performed by the wonderful Cape Town Opera Chorus and myself as well.
Thank you so much for telling us more. 15th of May is where it is, guys. Let's take a breather. We'll see you after this.
CTV family.